What's good, YouTube? It's Adam from I'm a Music Mo. Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're gonna go ahead and remake a classic, Nicki Minaj's Truffle Butter, featuring Lil Wayne and Drake. The tempo for this one is 105 beats per minute, and the track is produced by Jane Coles in 1985. We're gonna start things off with that sample because that sample is pretty much the entire track for the most part. But before we bring it in, we're gonna change our tempo mode to automatic mode. This way, when we bring in that sample, it's going to automatically detect the tempo and really make it easy for us to chop it up. So the sample is by Jane Coles, and the track is called What They Say. I'm gonna drag that in. Logic will do its thing. It'll analyze it and find the tempo. We're gonna take two chops from this one here, one from the top of the track for the verses and one for the choruses. It's sort of found in the middle of the track. So for the verse section, we're gonna take the first, to make things easy, we'll just take the first 8 bars. We're not gonna use that entire 8-bar clip, but we'll just have it so we have it. Just a little easier for us to follow along. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take that sample. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up this little empty bit there. And we're gonna go to the 8-bar and chop up right there. So that is the first sample that is used for the verses. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump a little bit forward to bar 50. This is going to be the chop for the verse, or the transition from the verse to the next artist or next rapper. So it's gonna go something like this. All right, so let's go ahead and just chop that up. We're gonna chop up on bar 50, bar 58. Once again, we don't need the full 8-bar chop. I'm just doing it just to make it easy to follow along because we are going to do a slight edit when we get to the actual editing of the sample. Before we do, we gotta change the sessions tempo to 105 beats per minute. But before that, let's go ahead and make sure we turn on flex mode on these tracks right here. So select our track and click this guy right over here. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and hit this drop down. We're gonna go to tempo sets, create a new set. And we're gonna type in our new tempo set of 105 beats per minute. Next thing we're gonna do, we can go ahead and just duplicate this track. I like to duplicate my chops just so that I have them for reference. When you're actually producing, it's nice to have that reference there. I don't need them here, but I just do that out of habit. So let's go ahead and just mute this track out. We'll put it out of the way. We can actually go ahead and just hide this out completely. So these are our two samples, our verse sample and our chorus sample. And next up, we're gonna actually start off with that chorus sample because that's how the track starts off. So I'm gonna duplicate this track once again. I'm gonna bring down our chorus sample, bring it down to bar 1. Let's just move this one out of the way. This will be our verse sample. All right, and it sounds like this. So the track is playing back at a slower tempo because we changed or lowered the tempo to 105 beats per minute. But now we got to change the pitch of that sample as well. Now, if you want to do it the classic way, it just automatically works in this case because once you slow down something, the pitch goes down as well, and vice versa when you speed up a track. So to do that here, we have a speed effects option under flex time. We'll click that, and now the track will be slowed down and pitched down as well. But we're not done there. We got to do a quick chop to the sample. What we're going to do here to get a perfect loop, we're going to go to cut out just a slight portion of the top end here. So we're going to take out about an 8th note there. We're going to pull the track back, and now we get ourselves a perfect 4-bar loop, which is all we need for the track or for this verse. So I'm just going to pull down this sample to 4 bars, and now we got ourselves a perfect loop. Next up, what we're gonna do here is just manipulate the sample a little bit with some effects. So what we're gonna do here is first add in an EQ. I'm just gonna push a little bit of the lows mids right here. Still too much. Just fills it up a little bit for this part of the track that's needed. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in a spreader just to make it nice and wide. So let's go ahead and Control Command P and type in spreader to bring in Logic's spreader plugin. That's too much, so we're gonna pull that back a little bit. 5%. It just pushes it a little bit wider. That's it for the sample. Next up, let's get to the drums. So here's our softer track over here. I'm gonna go ahead to my library. I'm gonna go over to my patches, bring in the Truffle Butter drum kit. So here it is right over here. We're gonna start off the snare. So let's get to that. Just go duplicate that pattern over. I'm gonna go ahead and take out that one. All right, and then this just duplicates itself. All right, and then we get it in that last hit over here, right at the end. Sorry, it's gonna be one more pushed over. All right, next up the clap. It just happens on the 2 and 4s. In our verse section, we have a kick and a hi-hat. So let's bring in the kick first and foremost. It's gonna go something like this. And then let's bring in those hi-hats. So we're just gonna draw in an 8-step pattern. All right, then we're gonna stretch this out because it does change up a little bit over the 2 bars. So at the end of the pattern, we get a secondary hat right at the end. We're gonna take out this one over here. And then we're gonna take out this one right over here. All right, and then together it sounds like this. Kind of leaves room for the clap. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in the bass that only happens in the verse section. So for that, we're gonna go ahead and create a new software instrument track. We'll design it from scratch. We'll bring in Logic's ES2 synthesizer. And what we're gonna do here is just draw in that pattern and then get to some sound design in a bit. Just stretch out those notes. It's only a 1 bar pattern. And for these notes, I want them to cut off before the next hit. So we're just gonna pull this back a little bit here. All right, now let's get to the sound design. First thing we're gonna do here is actually gonna pitch this down 1 octave. Put it in the bass zone. Let's open up Logic's ES2 synthesizer. We're gonna work with the default setting that loads up. We're just gonna change some of the oscillators. So oscillator 1, we're gonna leave it on a sawtooth. Oscillator 2, we're gonna change it over to a sine. And oscillator number 3, we're gonna change it to a sync square wave. Kind of this buzzy sound. So I'm gonna pitch this one down 1 octave. Make it a little bit more angry. This sine, I want to bring out some of the top end of it. So I'm going to pitch this up 1 octave on the sine wave. And let's make it a little bit more angry by pulling down this 1 octave as well. The next thing we're going to do here is just make sure the notes don't overlap by selecting mono. We'll add in a little bit of drive. Just a touch. And then we'll really focus in on the shape of our sound on envelope 3 here, or our amp envelope. So let's pull down the sustain and control the length of it with our decay. I'm gonna pull up the sustain a little bit here. All right, that's pretty much it. And with the drums, it's a little bit buzzy, kind of cuts through. Right there is our chorus section. Next, let's get to the verse. So we're gonna go over to our verse sample here. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the chorus sample. Take a little bit off the top and then bring it back. So we get that perfect sample chop. Just make sure that we go ahead and change the pitch of it to make sure that our speed effects is on so that the pitch changes as well as we slowed it down. So we wanna start off on that transient right there. So we're gonna take out that top bit, bring it back so that we get a perfect loop, and then we can just go ahead and bring it down to 4 bars. All right, next let's go apply some effects to the sample. First things first, we're gonna bring in an EQ, and we're just gonna add in some low end sort of mids to it just to thicken it up a bit for the section here. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull this up here to about like 200 hertz-ish. All right, and we're gonna really boost that up. Bring out that pluck. All right, and then we're gonna boost here once again a little bit in the low mids. And then we'll take a little bit of the top end out just to sort of filter it out, leave some space for the vocals. Just muffle it up a bit. Before, after. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring in that spreader as well to make it nice and wide like in the original track. So what we're gonna do here is gonna bring on my mixer by hitting X on my keyboard. And I'm going to just hold down the Option key, click and drag over the spreader that we used for the chorus sample. All right, and then we'll just add in some reverb here, put into a space. We'll go to Logic's Chroma Verb. Something simple like that. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Then we'll just bring in the drums that are required for this section. So we got the snare and the clap. It's really just like an A-B type of thing for this track. So it's gonna go 8 bars for the chorus section and then 16 bars for the verse and then back and forth just like that. That's pretty much the track right there. Next what I'm gonna do is arrange the track, do that A-B thing, mix it, and when we come back, we'll take a listen to how everything sounds together. That right there is Nicki Minaj's Truffle Butter featuring Lil Wayne and Drake. For Logic Pro users out there, I'm gonna go ahead and save this entire session for you. Place it as a downloadable link below this video. If you don't use Logic, I got your back as well. The exporting MIDI stems, audio stems, and of course include the drum kit that you heard in this remake. You can find that entire playback down below the like button as well. If you do a question on this or just want to chat or any suggestions for future videos, go check out down below. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.